Hi all, welcome back to Detroit by Night, our Vampire the Masquerade actual play. Here's a little taste of what's coming up.
No, you are not going to fucking go over there. I will burn your fucking house down and kill you all. You are not going to go over there. Stay the fuck here. Keep your mouth shut.
I kind of want her to ask Tex to hold her, to like carry her.
That little shit's an ancient thing.
Before we get to the actual play itself, allow me to give you a quick recap of last week's episode. Last week on Detroit by Night, the new Free State, Gary's efforts to lure the Sabbat from their safe house went tits up, forcing Dagmar to improvise. Dennis's efforts to silence the alarm failed, triggering the alarm instead and destroying any element of surprise that the Anarchs enjoyed. Tonight, Dennis will grapple with his technical difficulties, but Tex and the kid will wrestle with a larger issue, whether to exterminate a child vampire. Now let's get back to Detroit, opening with Dennis and his big alarm boo-boo.
So he's just going to pull out his knife and just stick it behind the unit and just pop it right off the wall and then rip the battery out of it.
Okay, while Dennis is doing that, I think Dagmar is going to tackle this woman, just explode in violence, and tackle her without warning. Beloved audience, we are using real dice in an effort to appease you with the ASMR sounds. Can someone be a darling and roll 6 dice reflecting the woman's pool for me against Dagmar's brawl roll?
I can do that. How hungry is she?
Let's give her a 3 in hunger.
Okay.
Do you like this, audience? Comment below if you enjoy us rolling dice. What we got going on?
Well, I used up all my good rolls on her. So I have like everything is success because like it's 6 through 10. Yeah, so she's gonna rock this roll, and then Dennis is gonna fail the rest of the night.
Okay, so you said she got 8.
Yeah,
Dagmar's got 5. So I think this woman is going to sidestep Dagmar's efforts to attack her from behind, causing Dagmar to stumble. Is Dennis getting in on this fight?
Yeah, probably. Especially if I don't know if he saw how badly it went the first time.
I think he was popping the cover off.
Okay.
But it was still, all right. I am rolling for Dagmar. I'm blood surging on behalf of Dagmar.
Okay.
You should probably blood surge on behalf of Carol.
All right, so that's a rouse check for Carol, which she fails. So now she's at 4 hungry.
Dagmar also failed the rouse check.
Okay. And then how many dice does she roll for whatever she's doing? Is it 6 still? Oh, 7 because I blood surged. 2 because I blood surged. Okay.
Yeah.
Only 2 successes, and I got a 1 on one of my hunger dice, so that might be a bestial failure, depending on like what's going on here.
9 successes.
Okay.
That's a better roll.
She did better, and the NPC did way worse.
Okay. So let's adjudicate the bestial failure.
Could be one of the running frenzies where they flee.
Like a terror frenzy?
Yeah, terror frenzy.
Like she gets hit so hard.
Yeah, she's just like, fuck this.
Okay. Dennis, what are you going to do?
I've got my... Yeah, if she is getting ready to attempt to run, and this is phase 3, then I am going to rouse to activate prowess, which is a failure, so I get a little bit hungrier. And I'm going to take a swipe at old Carol with my claws, just kind of rake them across her back.
Okay, take said swipe.
So that is going to be 10 dice, 4 of which are hunger dice.
Audience, do you enjoy math? Comment below. Let us know if you like us counting dice.
Okay,
Weird
so-
kink, but we don't judge here.
I have 3 successes. I'm kind of low on willpower, so I'm not going to re-roll any of this. So it's just going to be 3 successes. And yeah, but that's +2 because of feral weapons, which makes it 5. And because these are feral weapons, like, she does not have that. So it's just 5 boxes of superficial damage.
Okay. So Carol is now getting into a bad way. Dagmar's going to attempt to seize Carol and drain her. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna rouse again. She gets even hungrier again.
I think Carol should probably also try to rouse, and she does not get hungrier.
Yes.
So that's going to be
Okay.
8 dice.
I am going to roll a frenzy check too.
Carol got 4 successes.
Okay, well, Dagmar resisted frenzy. All right, here we go. Let's roll. Difficulty gotta beat 4. Come on, Anarchs. Let's go. That's a tie. And I'm going to re-roll 1 die on behalf of Dagmar. And it's a success. Dagmar's got a hold of Carol, but just barely, plunging her fangs into her. Dennis, what are you doing? Dagmar has tackled Carol and is feeding from her.
Well, Dennis is a vegan, and so he doesn't want to watch this. And so, like, he is going to turn away from this and just start patrolling the house for other Sabbat. So he is just going to try and stealth his way old school around the house, looking for the other Sabbat. I think, would I have seen Lance go upstairs?
No, Lance is using Unseen Passage and Silence of Death, correct?
Yep.
Like, I'm going to go upstairs because the basement was the other way. Unless there's like areas around here that like he should search, he's probably just going to head upstairs.
Okay. Dennis heads upstairs to hunt for additional Sabbat while Dagmar continues to drain Carol. Outside, Hex has picked up the trail of the little blonde girl with pigtails, thus introducing our central conflict of the episode. Tex, outside. As you are patrolling the back entrance, you see the little girl with the pigtails come out of the back door at a slow jog. She appears to be heading towards the neighbor's house.
That's just great. I'll silently make my way over with Silence of Death.
Okay, so you're trying to catch up to her. What exactly does that mean? You're not trying to overtake her. You're just attempting to get a few steps behind her.
I want to get close enough to see if this is a human child or a kindred child.
Okay. How are you discerning this?
I'm gonna look to see if they've got the normal signs of Sabbat, where they're got pale skin, look like they have low humanity, sunken eyes, that kind of stuff.
She does look sickly.
Okay.
Her skin is pale, and her cheeks are hollow, but that could be explained by an illness or simply being in the company of the Sabbat for too long.
Is she breathing heavy?
No, she is not breathing heavy, even though she's jogging.
Yeah, okay. Well, that gauges the strength. I'm going to try to use the restrainer.
Okay, Tex, so what are you going to do? She's jogging across the lawn, headed to the neighbor's house. You are jogging up behind her, silently, concealed from view with unseen presence. So what happens?
I'll get her from behind with a rear naked choke around the neck and try to drag her back to the house. Quickly.
Okay.
Okay. Um, are you concerned that anybody might see you do this?
Oh, I definitely am.
Okay. Roll your strength plus brawl to get her in a chokehold and see if you're able to restrain her.
I am going to blood surge on this. And I got a crit, so 6 successes.
Sorry, audience. I forgot to turn my mic on to roll these dice. Again, comment below. Tell me if I can not do this. She got a crit. She got 5 successes. How many did you get?
6.
Okay. So you are barely able to restrain this 9-year-old child as you wrap her in a chokehold and begin dragging her back towards the house. Literally kicking and screaming. She begins to shriek. The loudest, most ear-piercing shriek you can imagine. And because she is physically a child, it's in the register of a child. And obviously, Tex, you are visible at this juncture as you pull her to the back of the house. Kid, I imagine you were headed for the front of the house, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you would hear the alarm stop, but you would also hear a small child shrieking from the backyard.
Do I see Gary in this moment?
Yeah, you would see Gary.
Probably, yeah.
I'm just going to say, Gary, watch the front door. If it looks like something breaks out, they're going to need your help. I'm going to go take care of whatever the hell that is in the back. And
Good luck.
just since all pretense of silence has been broken, I'll run to the back.
Okay, you run around the back and see Tex with a 9-year-old in a chokehold.
Tex, what are you doing there?
It's Kindred, help.
I think the kid will. Can I see that Tex is struggling?
Yeah, you can see that he doesn't have the firmest grasp. I mean, he's succeeding at subduing her, and he does in fact have her in the chokehold. And she's gone limp like a rag doll, and she's just shrieking at the top of her lungs for somebody to help.
I'm gonna activate prowess just to help me out here. I'm gonna rouse for that. I do get hungrier, so that's not great. And I'm gonna. Is there a back door?
Yes, there's the back door that she ran out of.
I'm gonna elbow open the back door and then try and get my hand around this little girl's mouth, and I'm gonna be like a little loud in case someone's listening, being like, "Young lady, this is not how you are supposed to act. Get inside right now." And then trying to maintain some semblance of the masquerade that I possibly can in this moment.
Okay, it's not like everything is going tits up quickly or anything. Outside, Gary, you are standing on the sidewalk and you see figures appear in the downstairs window, just silhouetted because the curtains are closed. But it's only a moment before you see a male face pull back the corner of the curtain and peer out the window at the house from which the commotion is coming. He looks young,
Okay.
early 30s-ish.
I will smile and wave at him. See how he reacts to that.
He backs away from the window, and you don't see him for a moment. But after a couple minutes, he does come outside. He's wearing like a flannel jacket, like a windbreaker type situation, and pajama pants, and a pair of house shoes, and he is walking down his steps and up the sidewalk towards you.
Okay, I will intercept him. Yes, I've got awe on just in case, and I'm gonna be like, hi. I guess you heard the girl, right?
Yeah, I did. I heard somebody screaming.
No, apparently the people who live there, their daughter just decided to run away. Like, I was out walking, and happened to see this happen. It was the strangest thing, and she just began screaming when they tried to get her back. I mean, it's late at night. You can't have like a 9-year-old just running out into nowhere. Yeah, so I think she's probably woken up the whole neighborhood by now.
Make a charisma subterfuge check versus this guy's wit subterfuge.
I got 4 successes out of that.
Why are you standing out here? He asks.
Oh, I just wanted to. I mean, they didn't seem like it seemed like I was making things worse when I was trying to help. So I'm just kind of staying back in case they need me.
I'm gonna go knock on the door and just make sure that everything's okay.
Oh, are you sure that's a good idea? I feel like they're kind of got their hands full right now.
Yeah, my dude. I heard a kid screaming. I think I also heard like an alarm going off. I'm just gonna knock on the door and make sure everything's fine, see if there's anything I can do, and then I'm gonna get out of their hair.
Can I catch his gaze, maybe tap him on the shoulder, get his gaze. I'm going to compel him, and say, "Go back home."
Okay. Let us roll a contested roll for this.
I got 3 successes.
He got 3 also. He's going to hesitantly turn around and begin going back home. But it's clear that his suspicions haven't been assuaged. He continues to look over his shoulder in your direction, and also at the house, suspiciously. He might be going back home, but that doesn't mean that he is no longer a threat.
Okay. I am going to call after him and say, I just called 911. I didn't know what was going on with the alarm going off or anything like that. So we'll see if the police show up. I don't know.
Roll your charisma subterfuge again. I will roll on his behalf.
5 successes.
Okay, so he does believe that you have called 911 as he heads back into the house. Outside, Gary, you still see that the lights are on in the house, and there are now 2 figures moving around on the bottom floor. You see their shadows through the window.
I'm going to go up to their house. I see. So how you said I see 2 other figures, or is it just like I see just 2 figures in total?
Just 2 figures moving around.
Just 2 figures.
One of them
Okay,
you
I'm
assume
gonna
is the man.
Okay. I'm going to go up and kind of knock on her door.
You knock on the door and you hear quick movement coming from behind the door. The door opens and standing in front of you is a young woman, late 20s, early 30s, with her hair pulled up in a messy bun. She's clearly wearing her pajamas and a pair of slippers.
Okay. I am going to say, oh, sorry. I thought I guess it was your husband a few minutes ago. I just wanted to tell you that I think that the issues over there are resolved. They have her back in the house now. I think she's kind of stopped screaming. I think everything's okay. I just want. I knew he was concerned. So
Where did
I
you
just
come
wanted to,
from? Do you live around here? She says, taking stock of what you are wearing.
I lived not too far from here, but I was out just taking a walk. Sometimes I work at night. Sometimes I gotta just get some steam off. I take a walk, So I've been around this neighborhood for a while, and just happened across the commotion that was going on.
Yeah, what's your name?
My name is Gary. My name's Gary.
Gary, I've never seen you before in my entire life. I've lived in Corktown my whole life, and I haven't seen you taking a walk before. You just happen to be taking a walk when a little girl is screaming. Where's the cops? You said you called 911. You told my husband you already called them, but I don't hear sirens.
I don't know. Maybe they called the house and they've worked it out with the parents. I don't know the answer to that. All I know is that they appear to be fine now.
How do you know they're fine? You've just been standing out on the sidewalk. If you think they're fine, then why are you still standing out there?
I mean, because I feel personally invested now. I'm going to leave in a minute. But since your husband was concerned, I wanted to let him know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. If I touched a nerve here, I'm sorry.
I'm going over there. I heard a little kid screaming. I'm going over there. Move out of my way. Call the police. I don't care if he already called them. She yells over her shoulder. Just get them on the phone. I want to hear it from somebody in authority that the police have been called. I'm going to make sure that little girl is okay.
Okay. I am going to turn on Dot, and I'm going to say, no, you're not going to fucking go over there. I will burn your fucking house down and kill you all. You are not going to go over there. Stay the fuck here. Keep your mouth shut.
Oh my
I thought
goodness.
you were a salesman, Gary.
Yeah.
Well, listen, when you have to sell cars, sometimes you have to get aggressive.
Right.
Holy
Yes.
shit. You buy this car, I'll hunt down your whole fucking family. I'll
Yes.
kill everyone you ever knew. I'll kill your dog. Okay, well, Jesus, I guess roll your strength plus intimidation with a difficulty of, I'm going to say 4. I'm going to make it a little bit challenging for you, but I also want to caution you that this could aggravate the husband. You threatening his wife. He believed you that you called the police, but if you're threatening her because she wants to knock on the door, that seems sus and creates new suspicion.
That is exactly no. That's exactly 4.
She stumbles back into the house and slams the door shut. You hear the sound of the door lock and the sound of the door chain being slid into place. You also hear movement coming from within the house and her urging her husband to call the cops.
Okay.
Well, the jammer's still in place, right?
Yeah, which means that they're about to figure out that he probably did not call the cops because they don't have cell phone service.
I mean, am I gonna have to kill these people?
I mean, check to see if there's a landline and like cut that.
But if I do that, then they are going. They're eventually going to figure it out. They're gonna call somebody, and we're not going to be done with this house. So,
We're probably done with this house.
Yeah, I think shit is thoroughly spoiled.
shit, I am going to just fuck. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna go into the Sabbat house and see if I can hurry things along.
Tex and the kid, what are you going to do with this kid?
Have we gotten her into the house yet?
Yes, I imagine you guys are in the kitchen fully now.
I'm going to close the door so that will at least muffle some of the sound. And I'm going to turn to this kid, activate Daunt, and I'm just going to be like, listen, cool it now.
Tex?
Are we in the same area that Carol's in?
No, Carol is in the front of the house getting her ass whooped by Dennis and Dagmar.
All right, I'm gonna just hold the girl right now, and see if the kid's efforts pay off.
Okay, the kid, what is the goal of intimidating her? Is it just to get her not to scream?
To get her to stop screaming.
Okay, roll your... Is it a physical sort of intimidation? I assume it is. Like you're attempting to use your size and an imposing physical presence as opposed to... Okay. So roll your strength plus your intimidation, add your daunt, and then tell us what you say to the little girl.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 successes. I'm like, listen, if you do not stop this right now, you will never feed again. Do you understand me?
I was actually going to set the difficulty higher, but now it feels like retroactively, like now I'm just screwing you over. Because I think her reasoning is that if I stop screaming, they're 100% going to kill me. My best shot is to attract mortal attention here. So... intimidating her by telling her to be quiet or she'll never feed, I think her thought process is, well, I'm never going to feed anyways because these fucking people are going to kill me. But I do think 5 is close enough to have her shift mode from active screaming to more nuanced engagement.
Okay.
The little girl begins to sob.
And is there tears of blood?
Well, I don't know. Let me roll her charisma performance and see if there's tears of blood. We may roll our wits insight to see if we buy into this. Let's do a contested roll to see what we think about her little performance. I think this is a thing to blood surge for. If I'm a little girl about to be fucked up by some anarchs. Okay. What do we got?
1.
Oh no, she got 4.
I got a bestial failure.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yummy. Let us adjudicate this failure. What should Tex do? I'm feeling like not only does Tex buy this little girl's pleas, but Tex is going to feel protective of her.
That sounds about right. Tex had quite a few operations with the Child Protection Services in Texas, so he's got a pretty big soft spot for children.
So the little girl begins to sob, crying tears of blood.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's God. I can't imagine what you're going through. You don't deserve this.
She's going to continue to cry louder. She's going to try to dry her face on Tex's shirt. Like, press her head into him.
That's all right. Tex will comfort her, but he's not completely stupid. He will touch some of the blood on his finger and put it to his mouth and use taste the blood.
Clever, clever, clever. Yeah, go ahead and roll for it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did rouse. 7 successes.
Well, damn, Tex. Okay, I guess. Well, what would you like to know about this little girl?
Clan generation, blood potency.
Yeah. Hobbies, interests, aspirations, blood type. Yeah.
Favorite color.
So her clan is Malkavian. Her you got enough successes to nail her exact generation. Her exact generation is 10th. Her blood potency is 2. And what else was it that you requested? What other pieces of information?
That was about it.
Okay.
I think of.
I can add how old she is approximately.
Yeah, that'd
Give
be
you an
useful.
approximate age range between 70 and 90 years.
Holy. All right. I think my beast might go another way at this point.
So what comes next?
I'll look at the kid and say, she's about 90 years old. She's Malkavian. Powerful.
This is like this is like a mind fuck for the kid. Well, what do we do?
I'm going to start dragging her towards the living area. Say, don't make eye contact with her.
What are we going to do?
Let Dagmar figure that out.
Jesus.
The little girl begins sobbing harder and telling you she's afraid.
I'm afraid.
Time for an afraid off.
No,
What about them heartstrings, Tex?
Yeah, she's gonna scream. She's gonna scream that she's scared. She doesn't want to go in there. She's scared.
Thing's twice my age.
I almost went fully into Frankie territory on that little kid's voice. So we're going to try to stay away from that. No, she's going to attempt to hold on to things as you try to pull her.
All right.
Begging to be helped. She's begging you, kid, not to let the big bad cowboy pull her into the living room.
Oh my God, this is so fucked. Go to the living room. He's like trying to help Tex without, because now he's keeping it in his mind, don't make eye contact with her. So he's trying to help Tex get her to the living room while not looking at her, but just also flabbergasted. Does not know how to compute this. The kid is not a very smart character. Does not know how to compute this in his mind.
Okay. So
I kind of want her to ask Tex to hold her, to like carry her.
That's
and see how
great.
that blows up in his face.
I love it. So, but now it feels out of place, right? Because he's dragging her. She can't just be like, "Will you carry me, please?"
Like, you are 75.
Okay. Tex is dragging the little girl into the living area, and the kid is complicit, adjacent. Is the kid playing an active role?
I think, again, the kid is not always the quickest on the uptake, but I think the reality and the gravity of the situation is starting to dawn on him that, yes, this is the Sabbat. Yes, the Sabbat would do something horrible and despicable like this. So I also think the reality of the situation is starting to dawn on him. And I think he would look at Tex and just be like, Tex, she's not supposed to be here.
I agree. This fiend's older than you are.
And I think, oh God, the kid knows what he needs to do. If Tex is holding the girl, he's going to swing on her.
Okay. Prowess is still active. Go ahead and roll with. I assume you're swinging with the bat, or are you just using fists?
I was going to use the bat.
Okay. So make it a melee roll.
Okay. And this is an uncharacteristically pained look on the kid's face, but he's got to do this. Six successes.
Okay. She is going to attempt to pull Tex into your blow. So Tex, roll your strength brawl so she's not able to sort of pull you forward, so you take the brunt of the blow. We're rolling a contested roll. I think this is a time to blood surge for her. Okay, that's not bad. 5. So she manages to, at the last second, drop her weight so that the force of Tex's, like attempting to pull her, causes him to lean in to your blow. And you smack down on Tex, and she's going to scurry off.
Shit. Sorry.
It happens. She's a fiend. Get her. How many health levels do I take?
Well, it's only a bat, right? There's nothing particularly exceptional about it. And bats do strength +2. Superficial?
I believe so, yes.
Because brass knuckles do about that. And I feel like a bat would be on par with brass knuckles.
Yeah.
Okay, so 6 plus 2, and then divide that in half. So, holy shit.
Right. 4 superficial, got it.
Oh shit. It's not going well.
The kid has taken off after her as well.
Tex is running as well with his left arm broken to the side in an obvious bad angle with some bone showing currently. Saying, that little shit's an ancient fiend. It's at least 90.
So, what does Tex do as he catches up to this little child vampire?
If I can, he'll bite his tongue and spit at her.
Okay.
Scorpion sting.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for it.
Got aroused. Come on. Ah, finally made one.
All right.
No 5. All right, that's strength and blood sorcery versus stamina and occult or fortitude.
Okay. Stamina and occult for her then.
Two successes.
She also got 2 successes.
Well, it does superficial that isn't halved.
Okay. Does it do the margin of your success in superficial damage?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, so in this case, you might spit at her, but it's not effective because you didn't even get a margin of 1.
Yep.
I think I'll give her a level of superficial damage, though, because I'm pretty sure it specifies that the minimum for a success is 1 health level. If not, it should. Taking a stance, I'll give you 1 level of superficial damage on this little girl.
Yeah, the kid's gonna swing again.
Okay, so both of you are attacking simultaneously. Give me an attack roll. Because
Also,
go ahead.
I actually got a crit, so it was 9 successes, and
shit.
one of the crits was on a hunger die, but only 1. So
Gotcha. That is a messy crit. Okay.
So I got a messy crit.
So I think this is a devastating blow. I won't describe it in detail because I don't think any of us are clamoring for that. Let's just say that this vampire is incapacitated with the actions of the kid. And I assume that next round, Tex will be back at it as well. So I don't see any need to extend this beyond what we've already got here. She's incapacitated at the foot of the stairs. As Tex and the kid incapacitate the child vampire, sirens can be heard in the distance. Somehow, the neighbors have made good on their threat to call the police, and the DPD is on their way to the house now. The police would no doubt be surprised to discover Carol's exsanguinated body and the torpid figure of the child vampire at the foot of the stairs. When we return to Detroit for the next episode, the Anarchs will have to address Gary's missteps, but Tex will have to grapple with a far more significant dilemma, whether to seize the opportunity to diablerize one of the Sabbat vampires. Join us next time on Detroit by Night. The episodes go live on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Some of us may be watching along with you. Please like, subscribe, share, and let us know if you would have done the same thing to the child vampire or if you would have shown her mercy. Come play with me by joining one of my games online. The link is below. Also, consider becoming a lovely, lovely patron and or joining our Discord community. Those links are also in the description. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight, and I'll see you next week. Bye!